כל השנה הלכות בכל יום הובטח לו שהוא בן העולם הבא. בעזרת השם, today is the 4th of Adar Aleph. B'ezrat Hashem. First, we're going to start with bracha for our members of our community that actually had a big fire yesterday. It's a disaster, and Hashem should give them to some people lost about everything in those houses. 8 people were burned out. Burned out. The whole house was gone. Personal stuff gone. Money, medication. Hashem should send bracha to all those who could help them, and B'ezrat Hashem should rebuild them immediately. Amen. Without any chesronot and rahmanot on them, and console them. I know it's not a small loss. It's not a life loss, but to these people, it's mamash their lives. So Hashem should mamash be Masiya, and everybody hopefully will understand that they're going through rough times. B'ezrat Hashem, today is the 4th of Adar Aleph. B'ezrat Hashem, Tuesday, 3rd day of the week of Parashat Shabbat Terumah. We'll be discussing 2 mitzvot d'oraita today. Mitzvah number 257, the mitzvah of Kvod Chachamim. Actually, it starts initiated as in the Torah, Mipnei Seva Takum, which many people understand that to mean older people, and unfortunately to the many invalid translations, even though how much English they are, or they think they're English translation, but it's not a true. It's not only translation of Seva. That's not necessarily means an older individual. We'll see over there what means older, what we're relating to, how much older than you, where are we standing, and what about also what is Seva according to Chazal and according to Torah. We'll see over here in reality according to Chinuch and Rambam, it's actually going to translate to Seva means a person who is saturated with Torah knowledge. So it could be a 20-year-old boy or 18-year-old boy, or like Chaim Kanievsky at his teenage years finishing a whole Shaz. Like many boys, Baruch Hashem, today, specifically in the Hasidic, that's right. That's called Seva. Seva means saturated in Torah. Okay. No. Again, but that unfortunately, when we were growing up, most people think that this pasuk relates only to old people. Hopefully, we're gonna fix that up this time. We're gonna say, they say in English, we brainwash you. They brainwash you the wrong way. The learning Torah brainwashes you back to the right way. Yeah, Rabbi, don't say the brainwash because people get turned off. Do me a favor. You were wrong, and it's the good thing is to admit we were always wrong, not always be right, right? Hashem should help us. Now, the mitzvah of 258 is the most very crucial mitzvah. It is crucial that it pertains to everything in the world. All the judges, all the judgments, all the inaccurate judgments, we should say, as we see today, that unfortunately the world is going crazy. And it sounds like a very simple mitzvah. 258, you can't have not proper scaled measures. Meaning it cannot be even over by a millimeter. If you take a look at all the Chazal, all the old stories of the people that used to, if the Chazal brought you a maaseh that had involved a person who is in business selling items, everywhere you see in the Gemara, Shas, Midrashim, that the person who would be dealing with merchandise, selling merchandise, he would extra, especially concerning weights, he would add extra. Always. Any story you read, you'll see that's a common denominator. What's the common denominator between all the stories in Chazal, Midrashim? It's that the person who is selling a merchandise that's sold by weight always would sell more of a product than he would collect. He would sell 5 kilograms, he would add 5-10%. That was like a normal thing. Today,
to not be short.
Today it's totally opposite. They'll sell you 2x4, and if you're gonna open your mouth, they'll scream at you and they'll embarrass you. And if you go to court, the judge will throw a book at you. 2x4 means 2x4, which really means 1.89 by 3.79. Be happy, you got that. I used to have a construction company, and sometimes we took apart houses from 50, 60 years ago, and you see a 2x4 beam, right? It's almost double the 2x4 today. Literally. It's like, what is this? What kind of world is this? 2x4. And I don't understand how Jews, until today, I'm donning this mitzvah already many years and trying to figure out what's the heter for Jews to be in the business of lumberyard and selling everything like the goy, which everything is false in the measures. Everything. All the lumberyards today. So somebody told me, Rabbi, you have to understand, 2x4 is no longer a measurement. 2x4 is the model number. It's the brand. It's a model number. 2x4 model number. This is supposedly 5x7. If you measure it, it's not nowhere near 5 and it's nowhere near 7. but it's supposedly 5 by 7. That's what people do today. They round off everything. If you reference number, yeah. So that's what somebody told me. Maybe that's the heter. Somebody tells me you go to those people that deal with the linen. They sell you 700 thread, 700 thread, 700, 500 thread. In reality, it's less than 400. You know what I'm saying? And the guy is happy. And the guy is happy, right? And he's selling you 500 thread sheets, and really it's only 300. And some reason the guy is making billions. And in reality, we'll learn that there's a lot of problems with that. Mitzvah number. Okay, so let's first of all, we're going to learn today. Hopefully, nishmat kol haniftarim, kol mi sheniftar me'olam hazeh, those that died without having relatives to pray for them or to daven for them. Hashem should take our limud and elevate their souls mala. And B'ezrat Hashem also, Hashem should help us. Put away the cell phones, Mordechai. A few minutes, come on, just put it down.
No,
put it down. Put it down. Put it down. I'm also listening. Okay. So like this, Chevre. Today we know people like to ask Hashem, send refuah shlema, Mordechai, send refuah shlema. Ma'asita refuah shlema. So before you ask for refuah shlema, you're supposed to say something extra. What is that? Hashem, please be moichel us. Please be moichel us. We did avirot, now we have a sin, and now we have harm. Hashem should be moichel us and send us refuah shlema to all the Jews.
Like the Rambam says.
That's right.
Somebody is sick,
Yeah.
ask Hashem.
Ask Hashem, but before asking, you should ask for Hashem. Offer a gift. Offer a what? Tshuva. Hashem, please forgive us for our sins, and now send us refuah shlema. B'ezrat Hashem, also Hashem should forgive our sins and send all the chatufim, all the people who are in captivity, all the Jews in jails, anywhere they are, send them out free. And Hashem should, B'ezrat Hashem, also help them, elevate them in Kedusha. And also Hashem should protect our soldiers, the soldiers of Am Yisrael, the protecting Jews. Hashem should protect them and take the zchut of alimut and return every soldier back home without any problems. Mitzvah number 257. Lechabet chachamim velakum mipnehem. You have obligation to arise, to honor a sage, and to arise before them. Velakum v'okeshen emar mipnei seva takum. And it says in the Torah, chapter 19, Vayikra, pasuk 32. Mipnei seva takum. You must rise before a seva. A seva, we already understood a little bit of it. It's old, or we're talking about saturated. V'tirgem unklos milat seva min kadam disvar ve'oraita. The unklos on its place. Here, you might think the rabbis have nothing else to talk about. Unklos was actually in the world about 2100 years ago, right? About 2000 something years ago. So he translates what a seva means. A person desavar ve'oraita. He learns a person who deals with Torah. This is his livelihood. This is his life. He doesn't know about diamonds. He knows more about diamonds than you'll ever know. He doesn't know about construction. He actually knows about construction more than you'll ever know. And he opened only Gemara. And that's all he knows. Reality, the svara, the knowledge of understanding things, are out of this world. So it says over there, Takum, you must rise above him. There, later on, the pasuk, it hints to you also that it has to be above talking about an older individual. As it says, Vehadarta Zaken. So that's where everybody concentrates on. But what is Seva? So Seva is not talking about an old person, it's talking about specifically a Chacham. Kiddushim, it says over there in Gemara, Kiddushim 32, Amud Bet, second side. And Zaken, Ha'amur Kan, Ela Mishikana Chokhmah. What is the Zaken? It's talking about a person who has acquired a lot of wisdom. Afilu Itzayil Ne'emim, even if he's a young boy. וזה שהוצא הכתוב את החכם בלשון זקן הטעם הוא. So why the Torah pointed out in using the word חכם, זקן instead of חכם? מפני שהבחור החכם בתורה ראה בחוכמתו מה שראה הזקן ברוב שניו, וכיוון שיש בו חוכמת זקנים ראוי לקרוא זקן. Says the older boy, an 18-year-old boy, he finishes Shas, he goes back and forth, he knows the whole Torah Kula. So what is going on with this? Rabbi Ovadia, Yaakov, when did Rabbi Ovadia wrote the Sefer Halechot Olam, you know? No. Sefer wrote Halechot Olam against Ben Ish Chai. Rabbi Ovadia has a whole pilpul why people should not listen to Ben Ish Chai's halachot, and he has a whole thing over there where certain things that Ben Ish Chai, Rabbi Ovadia argues on Ben Ish Chai. At what age did he do it? 17. 17 years old. Rabbi Ovadia has a whole out of 4 books to reflect, to deflect many halachot of Ben Ish Chai. At 17 we're talking about. Okay, so Zaken. So again, the Torah. So why did the Torah tells us Zaken instead of Chacham? Because to tell you that that most people, when they get older, they become wiser. No, there are some people who are not jobs in their heads, but most people they grow up. They see through their lives. They have knowledge of things that youngsters don't have. But since over here, so that's why we alluded to a Chacham as a Zaken, to teach you that sometimes you'll have an 18-year-old, 19, Rabbi Meir Eliyahu, genius. He's been Darashanik Alachot over here 16 years ago already. Here in Miami, everybody is like, How old is he? He's right now 30, 32, 37? So imagine at 20 where he was already. When they write...
בגיל 19.
No.
בגיל 19, לא ידע כלום.
20, he didn't know Rashi.
But so he was giving Alachot over here by Maple Ridge 15 years ago.
No, he was 25 when he came.
No.
24.
So imagine in 5 years what he accomplished, guys. 5 years.
הוא היה בישיבה.
All day in the synagogue.
הוא היה בישיבה של...
I don't know. So, but the guy is a youngster, right? So you see, you don't have to be an old person. You have to be just a person who's dedicated, and obviously there's a lot of Siyata Dishmaya, and Baruch Hashem, people like that have Siyata Dishmaya. Meshosha Mitzvah, that's right. The foundation of this rule. Why does Hashem care? Right? What is giving Hashem that you should honor old people? Chachamim, Ma'ish Bazeh, Ma'ish Lo. Says like this. מהטעמים שבמצווה זו, לפי שעיקר התכלית היות האדם נברא בעולם הוא מפני השגת החוכמה. Hashem wants every one of us to have a chokhmah. Somebody asks me, Rabbi Sofer, why do you forbid women talking publicly? Why do you forbid a woman talking publicly? Very simple, it's asur. No woman is allowed to give, no Rabbanit gives speech, even to only women. Who should be giving speeches to women? Men. That's the halakha. Why women are asur? It's very simple. From this reason. What happens? The youngster, also asur. Yeah, especially women to women. It's asur. Now, what a problem? What's the problem? It's like this. Well, the problem is, asur legamre. The problem is the young children look at it, the young girls look at it, and what happened? You ever heard of such a concept as it's called nasheh kotel? You know those women? I promise you, those girls when they were young, they saw Rabbanit Mizrahi or somebody like her talking, and they got so elated that they want to be exactly like her, right? They want to be exactly like her. And what happens is, unfortunately, they were not successful in Torah, so they're taking their out.
He had a good question yesterday.
1 second. They're taking Mordechai, let me finish. Now, what's the problem here? The problem is that the Torah tells us you should honor Chacham. Why? Because your job is to become a Chacham. So how will you become a Chacham? When you are a child, you're going to observe an older Chacham being honored. Everybody's running to kiss his hand. Everybody's running to ask his halakha. What are you going to do? You want to grow up to be a Chacham. That's the problem with women teaching in public. Because the youngsters looking at them, doesn't matter. Asur. אסור. לא יגיד בברוריה, שיהיה לנו דור של ברוריה נדבר, אוקיי? לסת דבין.
אם לא תיתן להם, הם לא יגיעו לדור.
לא תיתן להם, קודם כל, ברוריה, didn't became ברוריה by speaking publicly. תירגע, מה שטויות אתה מדבר? That's not why she became ברוריה. That's not why she became ברוריה. First you have to become יראת שמיים. Today I promise you, איזו חכם, חביבי, איזו החוכמה, מה זה חכם? הרועד נולד. I promise you. I will come to Shamayim. I'll write to you any letter right now to sign you. They'll tell us that all those girls, the Nashei Kotel, that are going crazy over there, putting out tefillin, taking out Sefer Torah, and the whole thing, right? All those women were, Mordechai, all those women jealous of a woman who gave speech publicly. Rabbanit gave speech publicly. And tomorrow is going to get even worse. It was going to get much worse, unfortunately. Here it tells you, why must you honor Chacham? So the youngsters will drive to become Chachamim. You wonder there, כדי שעל ידי יכיר את בורו. למה you learning Torah? To know Hashem. על כן ראוי לבני אדם לכבד מי שהשיג אותה. Therefore, ומתח כך התעוררו האחרים עליה. How are you going to draw people? How are you going to draw? Why today children are not running to become rabbanim? Because everybody has a word against the rabbi. Everybody has something against every rabbi. No, these rabbis are all good, but that rabbi is not good. But all the rabbis are good. The problem what? The problem is your child heard it. Your child doesn't hear that you're honoring 1,000 rabbanim. You put one rabbi down in front of the child does not want to become a rabbi. Finished. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. That's the way it works, Habibis.
חס ושלום.
ומזה,
בוא נדבר. אסור לדבר על הבנים, מה זה שאלה?
לא, אבל אני לא דיברתי על רבנים, תירגע קצת, אני מדבר פה תורה. ומזה השורש פירש איסי בן יהודה, בגמרא בקידושין, כתוב עדיין בגמרא יהודה. No, take him, you can't hold him. Okay. No, and also you have to take care of your house. Come on,
אתה נוסע עם רכב?
go, Yaakov, go. You need
מה אתה
to
רוצה? אני אסע.
see what you could do. You salvage.
Ronen wants me in the kitchen to help him out.
But he needs to salvage his house also.
אני אביא, אני אביא.
Everything is burnt. He's saying not.
הוא גם כנראה נוסע?
Flames got to the
אם לא, אני
ceiling.
אקח אותך.
השם ירחם.
נראה.
השם ימלא את חסרונכם. השם ימלא את חסרונכם.
אמן.
What am I gonna say? I got all my medications in there. I got money in there. I got my suits in there. I got my clothes in there. I got all my paperwork in there.
השם ירחם.
I got
זה
everything.
פעם שנייה קורה לי. פעם שנייה, פעם קרה לך.
השם ירחם.
כן, קראתי בנות נעמי, אותו דבר, אמרתי לה
Oi,
בבית.
okay. Let's learn. Mordechai, let's give them zchut. Mordechai, let's learn. Let's give the zchut to them.
הכל לטובה.
Bezat Hashem. Let's learn Torah. We're going to give zchut for you, the guys, to be successful. ומזה השורש פירש איסי בן יהודה בגמרא בקידושין, ובדרך שאפילו זקן השמאי, כלומר שאינו חכם, הוא בכלל המצווה של מפני שיבה תקום, ומצווה לכבודו ולמקום מפניו ולטעם. What's the purpose? Even regular zaken, we're not talking about that. Okay, don't honor the old. חס ושלום. שראוי לכבדו, הוא מפני שרוב השניו ראה והכיר קצת במעשה השם, because like it or not, he got to old age. Why he got to the old age? Because he had to have seen Hashem's maasim. He can't be living. You can be denial if you say no. ומתוך כך ראוי, והטעם שראוי לכבדו, אוקיי, מתוך כך ראוי אף הוא לכבוד, והיינו, וזו הטעם דאמר רבי יוחנן שם, במסכת הקידושין, הלכה כדעת איסי בן יהודה. זאת אומרת, חייבים לכבד זקן. בעולם זה שאמרו, שמצווה לכבד זקן, השמאי הוא בתנאי שלא יהיה אותו זקן בעל עבירות. Obviously we have to be very careful that the person that we want to honor, no, if he's בעל עבירות right now, he's talking about right now, he's still doing his עבירות. still לועג, no, he says no. שאם כן, במעשיו הרעים מנע עצמו מכבוד. He's telling you. Yeah, שוודאי לא ציוותה תורה לכבד בעלי עבירות. Yeah, he's telling you. It's not, the Torah did not tell you to honor בעלי עבירות. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's right, of course.
נכנס לבית כנסת עם אוטו,
לא קובעים בשבילו,
לא קרה.
לא בשבילו, כן, חס ושלום. Yeah, he's telling you. על פי דברים שמה, דברים כ"ד, לא ייתכן. Listen. לא ייתכן, it's not befitting, possible, שהתורה תצוותה לכבד רשע בעל עבירות. A guy is coming on Shabbat to the shul with a car or with something that say a rabbi of the shul said no scooters. Some rabbis right now there's machloket. Yes scooter, no scooters. So you know your rabbi in the shul, not you and your rabbi in the house. Rabbi of the shul says nobody comes to shul with scooters, and this guy comes with scooters. Even he's 90 years old, asur lechabed oto. If he didn't get permission from a rabbi, he goes against the rabbi of the shul. Yes, some other shuls allow it, so go to that shul. What are you coming to here for? To stick it to the rabbi? It's a rasha mamash. How dare you come and stick it to the rabbi? Here it's asur. שהרי מצווה היא אפילו לבזותו ולזלזלו. קל וחומר ושאין לכבדו. You don't want to fight with him? You don't have to fight with him. There's no mitzvah to go. The rabbi didn't mean to over here. You see anybody who's mechalot Shabbat now, start fighting with him. חס ושלום. כשיש מצווה לומר דבר שנשמע, יש מצווה לא לומר דבר שלא נשמע. There's a mitzvah to talk when people will listen, and there's no mitzvah to talk when people don't listen. You don't fight. They don't want to listen to you, bye-bye. But, לזלזלו בבינה, but לכבדו, to honor him, that we don't do. מדיני המצווה, the rules over here, let's see what age are we talking about. מה שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, שאין צריך לומר שמי שאינו חכם, בעצמו חייב בכבוד החכם. Right? Everybody has to honor חכמים. אלא אפילו החכם חייב בכבוד עברו חכם. Says, if the חכם sees another חכם, he has to honor him. Of course. אפילו הוא שווה לו בחוכמה, כמו שאמרו רבותינו זיכרונם לברכה, that even if you're equal to him, you're in the same grade. Doesn't matter if he's a חכם, you must honor him. שלום. דרכם של תלמידי חכמים, שבבבל שהם עומדים זה מפני זה, אף על פי שהם שווים בחוכמה. Rabbi students of Rabbi Akiva, everybody remembers. They didn't honor each other enough. 24,000 died. So every one of us must honor even the people that you're learning together with. מה שאמרו, שבארו רבותינו גם כן, בחיוב כבוד הרב, המוטל על התלמיד, יש תוספת גדול על חיוב הכבוד שחייב לכל החכם אחר. So there is a obligation of a student to honor his Rebbe. However, it's not stops there. He must honor any other חכם that he sees. Anywhere. והפליגו רבותינו, בזה בחיוב של כבוד רבו, עד שאמרו מורה רבך כמורה שמיים. The Mishnah tells us, right, in Masechet Avot, chapter 4, Mishnah 12, that you must fear your rabbi as you're fearing Hashem. בביאור דיני כבוד רבו אמרו רבותינו, אביו ורבו כאשר עבירו לפניו, הברירה לפניו, לעשות דבר למען אביו או למען רבו, that how far did the rabbis go, that if there is something that you could do for your Rebbe, and something that you could do for your father who is not Talmid Chacham, regular Jew, nice kosher Jew, Shomer Shabbat, mitzvot, everything, but he's not your Rebbe, or he's not a rabbi to anybody. So in that case, if you could do only one task, and the choice between your father and your rabbi, you must choose your rabbi first. Rabbo, יפה מאוד. If you're going to listen, you're going to understand. Rabbo קודם, why? The rabbi comes first, בניינים הבאים. Beautiful, beautiful. בכבוד. As it says over there, ובאבדה, להשיבה להם, in honor, the rabbi comes first. Returning a lost objects, the rabbi comes first. להשיבה להם. כגון שהיו פניו באבדת אביו, okay, if there was right in front of you, a lost object of your father, a lost object of your rabbi, and you could carry only one back, you take the rabbi. And if they're carrying heavy loads, your father or your rabbi, you take your rabbis first. See what's going on? And why? I mean, we're not saying, oh, how's the father going to deal? The father is going to say, wow, my son is honoring Torah. That's the real father. You're right, some father goes crazy, but we don't go with his feelings. We go with Torah. ובפדיון בין השבויים, the השוויה, אבל אם היה אביו חכם. However, if his father learns Torah, teaches Torah, or gives a little chabura, on Shulchan Shabbat talks Torah. In that case, אף על פי שאינו שקול בחוכמה כרבו, even though his Rebbe is Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, and his father doesn't even talk, doesn't give shiurim rabim, but on Shulchan Shabbat, Divrei Torah non-stop. The father talks, that listens to his children. He gives rashot from Midrash, Chizkiah, from Yalkut Yosef, from, what's his name, Me'am Loez, anything. It doesn't matter. Even if he's not like Rabbi Ovadia Yosef, Shakuk Rabo, Aviv Kodem, in all those instances where his father does practice Chokhmah, the Torah, also, in that case, you have to help your father first. Okay. ובפרק חלק אמרו, כל החולק על רבו. Wow. You have a rabbi and you argue with him, כחולק על השכינה, as if he is distancing himself from Hashem himself, שנאמר, לגבי דתן ואברהם, it says over there, אשר היצאו על משה ועל אהרון בעדת קורח בעצותם על השם. It says over there that Datan and Abraham, they were starting up with Moshe and Aaron, but in reality they were starting with whom? With Hashem, because Moshe and Aaron were the teachers. How do you go against them? You go against, and the Torah points out to you, it's against Hashem. Okay? ושם בפרק חלק, העריכו בעניין, they already explained that deeply into this concept, that בהנהגת התלמיד עם רבו כללו גם חובה מורה. So that is very important, honoring your rabbi, you also have to fear your rabbi. The same way as you're honoring Hashem, and at the same time you're fearing. ועוד כללו בדיני מצווה, מה שאמרו רבותינו זכרם, also includes in this mitzvah, במוראת רבו שלא ישב במקומו של רבו ולא יכריע דבריו. A person should not sit in the place where his rabbi sits, and also should not, can't say, my rabbi's words are clearer or better than your rabbi. Can't say that, that's not your business. ולא יסתר דבריו, and specifically don't say, my rabbi is wrong over your rabbi. חס ושלום. ולא יורה הלכות בפניו לעולם, and never paskin halacha in front of your rabbi, אפילו אין בבניו ממש, אלא שנמצא תוך שניהם.
אהרון הכהן, מתו,
אה?
הבנים שלו.
That's right, yes, the children of Aaron died very beautiful. Okay, that's what you're saying. Okay. תוך 12 מיל, עמו אסור. Even if the rabbi lives not so far, up to about 12 miles or so, in that case also will be prohibited for the student to give פסק הלכה in front of the rabbi. ואם ראו עובר על דברי תורה בכיצד חס ושלום, if you see a rabbi going against הלכה, in that case, I had that. I was discussing once a Gemara of Rabbi Steinsaltz. Rabbi Steinsaltz, a big tzaddik. And in the Yeshivish world, they don't like him, whatever the reason is. And I was learning from the Gemara of Rabbi Steinsaltz. Beautiful explanation. I like it better. What can I do? And the Chacham came over to me that I learned by. I'm not going to say who he was. And he tells me, Nishpash, for you to learn from this book. And I looked at him and I said, Rabbi, is that what you want me to take from this conversation? He backed out. I said, this man out of this world is Tzaddik Shebatitikim. Rabbi Steinsaltz, half of his life, the past 50 years, half a year in his life, half a year he will live in Israel, half a year in Russia. Why are you living in Russia?
He's a yeshiva.
To teach kids for free. No payment, no nothing, no tuition.
In Moscow, he has a yeshiva.
Okay? Half a year he lived there for free to teach. This person is half of his life. You know the story about him. He sends a letter to the Rebbe. In the 70s or 60s. Yeah. Sends a letter to the Rebbe, says, Rebbe, hey, we're here in the Rabbi Shlomo and Lubavitch Shul away. So he said, might as well say something, Rebbe, or they're going to stone me. So he sends a letter to the Rebbe. He says, Rebbe, I'm overwhelmed. I have 7 tasks. I have 7 projects I'm running. Can I take this 2 down? Rabbi, please. I want to run 5. The Rebbe zogt, Mister, with your koiches, 5 more. I gave him 5 more projects. Here, it's for you. 12 projects now you take care. Open your mouth. That's why I say. I go to mikveh. I went to the mikveh, so hot. So I tell the shamash, I said, do me a favor, it's too hot. He looked at me, yeah, okay, no problem. The more I come in, it's 10% more. It's much hotter. Don't say nothing.
The next time.
Next time, yeah. Don't open your mouth. Huh? No, Brooklyn. No, they have a Queens ones. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. What?
It's too hot. It's impossible to
No, but that's not the point. The point is, don't talk. Here, a guy sends the rabbi says to the rabbi, I have 7 tasks, it's too many, he gives him 5 more. No, come on, if he would kept quiet, it would be better. All right, no, continue. ועוד, כלול בדיני המצווה, זו החילוק שבין רבו ברוחק, כלומר שרוב חוכמתו ממנו, לבין לכבוד שחייב לנהוג רבו, שאין רבו או רוב חוכמתו ממנו. So now, there's a big difference. Gaon Mevilna said, they used to get up from his Aleph Beit Rebbe, more from his Gemara Rebbe. He would honor the Aleph Beit Rebbe more than his Gemara Rebbe. So they asked him once, what's going on, Rabbi? What's going on? They said, the Aleph Beit Rebbe was never wrong. The Gemara Rebbe, I don't know if he's right or wrong. It's always machloked. Aleph Beit, there's no discussion. Aleph is Aleph. There's no Aluf, Alaf, Aleph, finished. There's no discussion. So I'm obligated to honor him. And he would honor actually more his first grade Rebbe, primary Rebbe than all the other Rabbanim. But anyway, so when are you supposed to arise? He says, so all those discussions where how you're supposed to honor a Rebbe, it's discussed in Masechta Kiddushin, page 32, page 33. וכן מדיני המצווה, העניינים שפותרים בהן החיים מצד כבודם ומוראם, שפותרים כגון בעניינים וחפירות המדינה וכיוצא בהן, וכן המסים שמטילים, anything, how much more we have to honor the Chacham, that anything that has to do with community, and there is, let's say, a community gathering, tzibur, like let's say right now in all those kibbutz over there, finally they're becoming religious, so they have to know, the rabbis and people who learn Torah are peturim from paying taxes for the Shomrei Ha'ir. They don't have to pay money for people who are guarding the city. They don't have to pay money. Anything that has to do with community, they're patur. Property tax patur. Yeah, that's what. In America, it's a good thing. It's called what? It's first of all, in America, they have parsonage. a rabbi's salary or a church, the Christian, the Popeye salary, they're not taxable. Why? As long as it's live for his livelihood. If he spends it for his livelihood, he doesn't have to pay taxes for it. Okay.
יש לך מותר? יש לך מותר?
בטח יש, of course. ונוהגת בכל מקום ובכל זמן, ושחק בנקבות, ועובר עליה בתל עשה וענשו גדול, למען כי זה יסוד החזק בדת. You have to know that this is one of the main foundations of the Torah, and this mitzvah is for males and females, doesn't matter. Somebody who doesn't keep it, his punishment is too grave to bury. Mitzvah number 258. שלא להונות במידות בכל המידות בכלל. We have a prohibition to falsify our weights. ובכלל מידות הוא גם כן מדידת הקרקעות. You cannot say wrong measurements in the land. In New York, I don't know about here. In New York, if you rented the property, let's say 50,000 square feet, right? Yeah. And it found out later that it's only 49,000 square feet. They actually go to the broker and take away his some of his commission. עד כדי כך.
They could take away his license.
No, the license not, but the commissions, yes. From the commissions.
You will find them.
No.
If somebody complains to a court.
No, rent we're talking about. What?
If you bought it, it's done.
No, rent we're talking about. Rent. I'm talking about rent.
Say if you buy a property.
Yes. So you said it's 20,000 and it's actually 15,000. The guy who bought it is a sucker. What? He's an idiot. He should have checked.
Not idiot.
No, it's his fault. Buying it's one thing. Renting is a different thing. Renting, I don't have to measure. I take your word for it. You told me it's 5,000 square feet, and in the end you rented me 48,000 square feet.
צריך ללכת לבית דין, זה לא כך פשוט.
What?
יש בית דין בזה.
But what?
מבחינת האמריקן law,
Yeah, American law, you could actually cancel the deal.
אתה הולך לבית דין, אתה יכול להתווכח.
Yeah, להתווכח? אני לא יודע.
יש בית דין, בטח.
Okay, listen.
You could go in court.
Yeah, listen. You can lie also.
אז הוא שיקר לו, אם הבעל הבית אמר לו שזה 15,000,
Yeah.
וזה רק 15,000,
Right.
יש בית דין, מה שיקרת לי?
No. Forget about you won 5,000 miles. I'm talking 5,000 square foot. 100 feet is short. I'm paying by foot. In New York, I'm paying by per square foot.
Okay, right.
$70 a square foot. You know what that is? $100 a square foot? You're off by 100 foot. Yeah, it's $70,000. No, $7,000. It's a lot of money, $7,000. Anyway.
In Israel, that's happening a lot, and the courts are busy with that.
The whole day.
And they're taking away license from the brokers.
No, but if it's
How does it help me they're taking the license? I lost the money. I was supposed to get the money.
Yeah, but
no, because the broker is a liar.
Okay.
He lied to you.
It's not
He
the
should have
broker,
checked.
it's the owner.
But he should have checked.
The owner should tell the broker.
True, but the owner should tell the broker, but the broker is making money.
Supposed to know
But if he's making money, he should do some research. Yes, it's true. You should know what you're selling. What are you talking about? Why are you protecting him?
Because the broker is
You can't protect them. That's
an
it.
agent. הוא לא...
That's right.
הוא לוקח 2%.
2% על $10 מיליון. כמה זה?
$200,000.
אה?
200,000.
נו, זה לא כסף. איי. The guy makes $200,000. He can't make a measurements. Go take a measurements. But today is easy. You know we have laser measurements.
כן.
You could measure 300-400 square feet, 300 feet distance. Come on.
crazy.
I'm a broker. I used to have a broker's license, real estate, commercial, of course.
You?
I still have it. I'm a broker, commercial real estate in New York. I have a no, you can't. Florida is different. You could have a laser and you measure whatever you want. וכל דבר הנמדד בין בן אדם, כגון בגדים שנאמר, anything, even also clothing. It says in the Torah, chapter 19, pasuk 35, לא תעשו עוול במשפט. You're prohibited to do improper behavior, improper judgments. Bamidah, specifically in measurements. Bamishkal in weight. Ubamsura, and in the quantity, not quantity, the size of the dish. Upirshu zechronam lebracha. Over there, Mordechai, telephone. שם בבציע, כי במסורה היא מידת הלחש והיבש, הלך ויבש. So what is mesura? A measurement in a bowl, you measure that things are dry and things that are liquid. והיא מידה קטנה ביותר, and that would be, mesura would be the smallest measure that they had in the older days. What would be sold in that? What would be sold in the smallest measure? In a cup, a quarter ounce cup, what would you be selling? What would be so valuable that you're selling a quarter ounce?
Diamond.
Huh?
Diamond.
No. You will be selling frankincense, smells, the scent oils. Perfume, scent oils, they smell in a very, very small amounts. And that would make sense. That obviously it would be very expensive. If you have a perfume today, you could have a perfume, $1,000 perfume. So imagine yourself, you're missing a little gram, a milligram. You're stealing money. The whole thing is 10 gram. 10 gram of perfume, $1,000.
אף אחד לא בודק אותם, את הפרפיום.
זה הבעיה. If they're expensive, they have the guy's short-changing. What? But he's short-changing customers. He has a problem.
או שמים מים בפנים.
Okay, שהיא אחד בלוג,
דלק, פה הדלק, פה שם מים במקום.
It's not his fault. He doesn't put water in intentionally. They said that his containers are cracked. So the rainwater goes in a little bit. It's not that he does it on purpose. He goes to jail for that. What?
It's a damaged place.
Yeah, that's why I don't buy oil, I guess, there, no? ולמדנו מכאן כי התורה הקפידה על המידות בכל שהוא. The Torah is so... You're right. In order to punish a person in the Beit Din, it has to be שווה פרוטה. Right, Mordechai? If it's still שווה פרוטה, Beit Din could punish. What's שווה פרוטה? 25 cents, 50 cents?
גם אם אין לו כסף, אתה יכול לשפוט אותו.
What? No, if there's less damage than שווה פרוטה, you don't go to Beit Din. But according to Torah, it's אסור. It's אסור.
אסור לגנוב.
אסור, that's called גניבה, that's right. בכל שהוא, כלומר, שאף על פי שבשאר גזילות לא תקפיד התורה אלא בפרוטה, בעניין המידות תקפיד בכל שהוא. Doesn't matter, because it's מצטבר, but it's not the point.
לא מצטבר.
Why?
A Jew, כשכתוב בעשרת הדיברות.
Say English, but people hear you.
In a Jew, and it says the Ten Commandments, not to steal, it's for the goyim not to steal. For a Jew is to change his image, to change the whole heart.
דרשות, come on, it's not true. That's not the Pirush. The Pirush is they can't steal. Not about the image. Over here, it's talking about, we'll see.
To steal is not, let's say I tell you the truth. Let's say if I want to give a tzedakah to a poor man. Okay, he doesn't want to take from me. Now I'm allowed to steal from him $100, and then if they found me, I have to pay him double. Right? So I give him $200. So can I allowed to do it? So
No.
Why not?
Because it's Gezel. It's Isur Gezel. You know how to steal.
איזה גזל? כן, אבל אני נותן לו...
It doesn't matter your intention. That's the point.
לגוי מותר.
What?
לגוי אין בעיה. ליהודי אסור לעשות. למה? אסור...
לגוי מותר to steal from goy?
לא, לגוי מותר לעשות מה שאומר. לג'ויש...
What do you mean מותר לגוי לעשות? מה? No, I didn't hear him say what you said.
Jewish man.
Yeah.
He wants to give tzedakah to a poor man.
Yeah.
Okay? Now he steal from him $100.
In order to be obligated to pay to double. No, okay.
So he has to pay double. So that's how he gives the tzedakah.
Okay.
Allowed to do it or not?
No, not allowed to do it.
Why not?
Because it's stealing. Because it's pogeh ben hashmato. It's destroying his soul.
That's
Okay, so what's the point?
That's the difference.
But over here, what has to do with here?
Over
Here the guy is
don't steal a penny.
No,
Why not to steal a penny?
he's not stealing penny. He is misguiding people by faking his weights.
Right.
So he's actually the end result is stealing, but there's worse than that. The end result is stealing, but let's see what the rabbi says. Upirush, an explanation is like this. The point is, lo ta'asu aver b'mishpat. Ma'u ha'mishpat ha'shanui kan. Why are we bringing judgment here, Mordechai? So what does judgment have to do for? Why are you learning judgment? Ha'mishpat. Don't ta'asu aver b'mishpat. Ma ha'kashur. Hu ha'midah ha'mishkar ha'mesura. Mishpat is everything, inclusive. A measurement, a weight, and the size. V'lamdu rabotenu zikaron livracha. The rabbi is, I think, learning something special from there. What? What's the purpose of bringing down the word mishpat? Judgment. A person who is weighing the product that he's selling, he is called a judge. A person who is lying in his weight, it's like he is distorting judgments. And that's how we started. If you remember that people today, you have a judge telling a person who broke into his house, you broke his hand, you have to pay. He slipped on a toy, and now you have to pay damages for his leg. The guy is a thief in my house. You're going to say, how did we get to such a society?
New York, if somebody steals in your store, the police don't come.
Right. No. So he says, what's the connection? What's a Hey, you just walked in and I'm beautiful. You're gonna ask, what does it have to do with me selling a 2x4 and a judge in New York deciding that if a guy walked in your house,
Defended himself, he's guilty.
no, he walked in your house and he slipped on a banana, you have to pay for his broken damage, and he could sue your new insurance. So you're gonna say, what has to do with anything? Listen to what he says. He says, when you're a salesman, you're actually, when in measurements, you're a judge now. And if you're judging with a faulty measurements, you are mikalkel et din. You are destroying the judgment. The guy asked for 5 pounds, you gave him 4.5 and sold it as 5 pounds, right? So you are destroying it. So what happens? Because of your behavior, all what Jews do affects the entire
World.
atmosphere. We affect the atmosphere. Some people don't understand it. They think I'm joking. People are going, why is it cold? New York, Florida cold 2 weeks max. It's already 3 weeks, and this week is going to be even worse. Somebody told me 50 degrees is going to go down again.
No?
So somebody asked why. That's very simple. All the New Yorkers are coming. No, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. When people come with doom and gloom, what affects the atmosphere? We affect the weather. Our doom and gloom. Where is the worst place in the world rains non-stop?
India.
In London.
South America.
London, people are grumpy as the grumpiest,
miserable.
the most miserable nation in the world.
Why?
I don't know why.
Because
Why
the
can't
weather.
it rain?
No, it's the other way.
It's
No,
always brown.
no, it's the other way around. The people influence the atmosphere.
So they're bad people there.
Yeah,
That's what they
the
get
grumpy. That's why they're always raining there.
Maybe it's the opposite.
No, it doesn't work like this. Here it tells you we, the Jews, have influence all over.
We affect
Why you
everything.
think, Mordechai? Why you think Jews hate us and they say it's all the Jews' fault? The goyim. They're right. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're right.
Unfortunately.
They are 1,000% right. We are the ones. The judge ruled against the man is because there's a neighbor that's selling a product, 5 ounce of 5 ounce coconut drink, and it's really 4.9 ounce.
Who's suing?
Huh?
The customer is suing the.
No suing. I'm just saying the judge is ruling in a criminal case totally opposite. Just doesn't make sense. So he's telling you why. This person who is selling the item, he is שקוט, וגורם לחמישה דברים האמורים בדיין העושה עוול, מטמא את הארץ. Yeah, the judge who is faulty judging, he is impurifying the land. ומחלל את השם, he is also doing חילול השם. ומסלק את השכינה, and he distorting Hashem's presence. ומפיל את ישראל בחרב, and he causes harm to the Jewish nation by death. ומגלה אותן מארצם, and he causes them to be exiled from the city that they live in. So you lumberyards, all you lumberyards over there selling 2x4s, and there is a big disaster. Somebody right now saying, here in New York, the Palestinian, the colleges. You know why? Because here you are. This causes all the root of all the problems. But the guy says, what I just sold 4.9 ounce. Come on, it's not 5 ounce. You marked it as 5 ounce. Big deal. Affect the entire neighborhood with all, and the guy over there stabs a Jew, it's because of you. And a goy kills another Jew, it's because of you. Shem Rachem. ועוד הפליגו, not because of you, רב מרדכי, I'm just saying. ועוד הפליגו בחומר מצווה זו ואמרו, כי גדול עודשן מעונש אריות, שזה בין אדם למקום, וזה בין אדם לחברו. Wow. They're even worse than people who are going around with prostitutions. Why? Because over there they're doing it for themselves. Over here they're destroying Hashem's name. שורש מצווה ידוע כמו שכתבתי למעלה במצווה עשה י"ב בסרט זה. Obviously, the root of this mitzvah is knowledgeable to all, understandable. You can sustain a community when there is distraught in cells, falsitude. דיני מצווה מה שאומר זכרונו לברכה, שמודד את השלוקל. So all the details over here, there's a lot what to discuss to, בעזרת השם, ועובר על זה. Now, a person who sells false weights, there is nothing could be done, there's no lashes. Why? Even though he stole, we already have the rule that anybody who steals must return the item. And when he returns the item, he is totally exempt from any other punishment. וכתב הרמב"ם זכרונו לברכה, שאם שיקר במידות אפילו לגוי עבודת הזרה, עובר בלא תעשה וחייב להחזיר. Even if a Jew stole from a goy, חס ושלום, he is obligated to return, וכן אסור להטעות הגויים בחשבון You are prohibited to miscalculate for the non-Jews. Sheneimar v'chishev im koneo, because you have to know that the koneo, the master of the world, is here, even with the goy. Even if the goy is a substitute to you, you still are prohibited to cheat him, and for sure, so much so, if we are in their countries. The Torah tells us in Devarim, it is the most despicable and disgusting behavior to Hashem, a person who does misjustice, a person who treats and cheats people, chas v'shalom, in any format is prohibited, and it should be stopped, and B'ezrat Hashem, return all that was stolen. Have a wonderful day.